Hello and welcome to another episode of SmartFox TV. Be sure to click like and subscribe below.
The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet, Aristotle once quoted. Tracy here to present you with the movies to watch during Black History Month. Today, we are going to share a few true stories that were made into film to add to your viewing. Selma, the exceptional genuine story, accounts the turbulent 3-month time frame in 1965 when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., played by David Oyelowo, driven a perilous mission to get equal voting rights despite vicious resistance. The epic walk from Selma to Montgomery finished in President Johnson signing the Voting Rights Act of 1965, quite possibly the main triumphs for the social liberties development. Just Mercy. Just Mercy follows young lawyer Brian Stevenson, played by Michael B. Jordan, and his history-making battle for justice. After graduating from Harvard, Brian might have had to pick up lucrative jobs. Instead, he heads to Alabama to defend those wrongly condemned, with the support of a local advocate, Ava Ansley, played by Brie Larson. One of his first and most incendiary cases is that of Walter McMillan, played by Jamie Foxx, who was sentenced to die for the notorious murder of an 18-year-old girl despite the evidence proving his innocence, and the fact that the only testimony against him came from a criminal with a motive to lie. Ray, the story of the legendary soul musician Ray Charles, played by Jamie Foxx. The story takes place when he was an adult and flashbacks to when he was in his younger years. Ray witnesses his brother drown and loses his sight before he hits the age of 10. He rises from the jazz scene during the 50s and 60s, and all the while he's dealing with obstacles of his own. Jamie also won an Oscar for Best Actor with this film. 42. In 1946, Jackie Robinson, played by Chadwick Boseman, is a Negro League baseball player who never accepts bigotry without a fight. Branch Rickey, played by Harrison Ford, is a significant Alliance group leader with a striking thought. With that in mind, Rickey initiates Robinson to break the implicit color line as the main current African American player. As both envision, this demonstrates a significant test for Robinson and his family as they deal with racist antagonism on and off the field from players and fans. As Jackie battles against his nature to bear some maltreatment without grumbling, he discovers partners where he least anticipates it. Glory. Following the Battle of Antietam, Colonel Robert Goldshaw, played by Matthew Broderick, is offered orders in the United States for the first all-African American regiment in the 54th Massachusetts Voluntary Infantry. With junior official Cabot Forbes, Shaw assembles a solid and glad unit, including the got-away from slave trip, and to astute undertaker John Rawlins. From the outset restricted to modest manual undertakings, the regiment fights to be placed in the heat of battle. Denzel Washington won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor as one of the soldiers in this film. In addition, we have Tuskegee Airmen, Miss Jane Pittman, Ruby Bridges, The Great Debaters, A Ballerina's Tale, Loving, The Butler, 13th, and Marshall. That is all for movies to watch during Black History Month. Education is not the learning of facts. It's rather the training of the mind to think.
Welcome to True or False. Let's see if you can get all these correct. Hippo milk is blue. Carrots were originally purple. There are more public libraries than McDonald's in the US. Turtles can breathe out of their feet. Stick around to find out if you got them all correct.
Hello everyone, this is Kim and thanks for joining me for the current news. If you have family or friends out in Texas, it's not going to be a surprise to you that they are facing multiple and historic winter storms throughout the state. Nearly 500,000 Texan citizens are without electricity for a third day in a row. Not only are residents facing temperatures in the low 30s to combat for the rest of this week and next, With the power outages, about 7 million residents of Arlington, Fort Worth, Tyler, and Houston have been ordered to boil their water as the water company for that area has gone offline. According to NPR, one resident in the Dallas-Fort Worth area says, "We have been caught in the middle of something here where there have been individuals who have not had electricity or power for about 3.5 days now, and it's 0 degrees." And now on to some quick highlights. First up, big win for Naomi Osaka. For the second time in a row, she beat 23-time Grand Slam champion Serena Williams in the Australian Open yesterday. Senator Cruz of Texas has been accused of traveling to Cancun during the power outage crisis that Texans are currently facing. Just to not wear a mask in South Florida, 2 men have been accused of pretending to be federal marshals. They flashed phony credentials to not have to wear a face covering while they were inside a hotel. Again, you guys, this is Kim, and thanks for joining me for the current news.
Welcome back to True or False. Let's see if you got all of these correct. Hippo milk is blue is false. It's actually pink. Carrots were originally purple is true. There are more public libraries than McDonald's in the US is true. Turtles can breathe out of their feet is false. They can actually breathe out of their butts. Thanks again
for watching
playing.
SmartFox TV. I'm Chris Yates.
I'm Kim.
I'm Sally.
I'm Tracy.
Until next time, stay
Stay
foxy.
foxy.